Amrita Sharira.
That's why simply a declaration of the body. That is not human. The whole civilized activity going on the basis of keeping the body in comfort. Everywhere, attention is being made. How to keep this body comfortable. It could mean having to say, they are trying to elevate themselves to the heavenly planet, enjoying here nicely, and they are performing great sacrifices, ritualistic ceremonies, and pious activities to elevate themselves to higher planetary system according to Veda. But anywhere we go, material, these people are trying to go to the moon planet. But wherever you go, you cannot be in a way comfortable. The Bhagavad Gita says that Janma Mittu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Doshanudasa. Intelligent person will see that however comfortable I may be, I have to meet death. And in the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Mittu sarva harashta aham. I am death. That means to take away. Whatever you create, it will take.
Now, is it not possible when the Upanishads, when they talk of this process, योगाग्निमयम शरीर, भाई उनको कहना है. So if you, what does that mean?
That means you become purified of this material body and you regain your spiritual body. Yoga.
Yogagnimaya Shariram.
Chinmaya. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa.
So now, this is my friend Sri Ramakrishna. I just called my wife and another lady. Dr. Ramudran is going to sit up here, should we?
Chinmaya. Chinmaya Shari we have got. And the Padma Puran. The length and breadth of this Chinmaya Sharir is given. 1/10,000 part of the tip of the hair. Kesabra Satabhavasya.
This is my wife.
And
this is Mrs. Stallman, an English friend of ours who's out there.
No, why are you sitting down?
No, she'll sit down. I have a little problem in sitting on the floor, but she's all right.
Thank you very much for your humbleness. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has taught therefore that Tinadati Sunichena Parorapi Saistana Omanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sada. Because here everyone is puffed up.
Ahamkara,
Ahamkara, So, humbleness is very good qualification. And in the Bible also it is said, the humble and meek will reach the kingdom of God. I think it is.
Inherit the earth. The meek shall inherit the earth.
So, this is because our puffed up condition on account of this body is illusion. because I am not this body. Therefore, Brahma Bhuta, those who are self-realized, they are prasannatma. Any condition of life, they are happy, jolly.
Swamiji, if Isha is everywhere, Ishavasya Vidam Sarvam, then surely he is in the body also.
Yes.
So is the body not to be treated with a certain amount of care and even comfort, because
That
it is the vehicle for our spiritual progress?
Jukta arogya. But the thing is, people are trying to keep the body in over-comfort. And the result is that becoming diseased. We require the body is not to be neglected. Just like our system, our Vedic system, live on nature, you take grains, you take fruits, you take milk, sufficient nourishment. Why should you take animal food? They simply taste for the tongue. You don't require. Now these boys and girls who are with me for the last 4 years, they are given everything, meat eating, fish, egg, everything.
Tena taktena bhunjita.
Tena taktena bhunjita. They simply take Krishna prasadam. They have forgotten everything. So they have not died.
They look remarkably well, as a matter of fact.
They are now known in their country as the bright-faced.
Bright-faced.
Yes.
With Jwalamukha.
Yes, with Jwalamukha. And one American lady, when she saw these boys are chanting on the street, she was surprised. She said that, "Are you American?" She was surprised. One priest, when I was traveling from Los Angeles to Hawaii, one priest in a gentleman's dress, he, out of his own account, came to me and began to talk with me. And Swamiji, I see in the face of your students a brightness. How you have created life? He admitted that. Another priest, Christian priest, in Boston, he issued a pamphlet that these boys and girls, they're our boys. But we see they have got these nice qualifications, they're mad after God, but we could not give them. So it is a process. The madness after God is there, in everywhere, in every heart. But because it is now covered, we have to...
will you have milk? We are having dinner later, of course. I thought you would want something to start with.
One glass of water will do.
Pani de इनको दे दीजिए बस. Only water. Only water. इनको तो दो, इनको देना है. क्या चीज़ है? कुछ है, एक अन्य जैसा है. ये रहने दो, खाएं क्यों? ये उन्हें खाना भी शायद क्या रखते. We made absolutely sattvic bhojana today, so there is no problem.
I am very glad to see original Kshatriya.
हाँ, राजऋषि तो क्या है, लेकिन ये है रघुवंश के हैं अवश्य.
Yes, the old generation of Kshatriya, actually we give a stress in our civilization, Brahmin and Kshatriya. Kim puna brahmana punya bhaktya rajasayasthatha. And Krishna says, Evang parampara pratam imang rajasayo vidu. ये तो हम लोग का दुर्भाग्य हो गया. We have lost our Kshatriyas, we have lost our धर्म.
क्षत्र बल नहीं रहा, क्षत्र धर्म नहीं रहा.
तो इसलिए the Vedic civilization is lost. The Kshatriyas are considered to be the arms.
And also
the Brahmins, the head.
But in the Upanishads, as you know, there are many cases in which the Brahmins had to go to the Kshatriyas for knowledge, you remember?
Fourth chapter, Gita, starts there. Fourth chapter of Gita starts. Knowledge is being handed over.
Yes,
And
that I have spoken.
That you just...
Evam parampara praptam emang radhasayodi. So this knowledge was being studied by the king, because it is the responsibility of the king to see that the citizens are happy in every all respect.
Shwetaketu also went to the king to ask. Your movement has spread with tremendous rapidity.
Because it is genuine.
And the sheep are very hungry.
I want to divide Brahmanism, Kshatriyism. Unless we do that, there cannot be any peace. Dharma. Dharma means this classification dharma. There are two kinds of dharmas. One, material dharma, and another spiritual dharma. Actually, dharma means spiritual. But so long we do not come to the standard platform of spiritual dharma, we have to regulate our life in such a way that we may come ultimately to the spiritual platform. So that material dharma is that, as Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Chatur Varnam Maya System Guna Karma
Vibhajayo.
So the Brahmins dharma, the Kshatriyas dharma, the Vaishyas dharma and the Shudras dharma.
In the modern world, Swamiji, wouldn't you think that the same person has got to combine in himself the qualities traditionally ascribed to all the dharmas? For example, man he must have the knowledge.
That is Krishna concept.
He must have the integration of the gunas.
Integration of gunas. Sagunan samatipayitan brahma bhuyayakal. That is transcendental position. You have to transcend all the three gunas. Nistariguna bhavat, tariguna visaya veda. The Vedic system is dealing with the three kinds of guna, sattva-raja-tama guna. And Arjuna was advised to come to the platform of Nishtara, Nirguna, Chaturtha platform. And that is possible by this Krishna consciousness. Krishna said, Mancha Varicharini Bhakti Yogena Ja Sevate Sa Gunan Samatita Hinan Brahma Bhuya Kalpata. So, two sides we are trying to define the natural division of human society. The intelligent class, the administrator class, the productive class, and the worker class. There is natural division. You cannot say that everywhere simply there are intelligent class. No. Because we are infected with the three kinds of the material modes. You cannot expect all men are on the same level. That is not possible. Someone is in the modes of goodness. Someone is on the modes of passion. Someone is in the modes of ignorance. And someone is in the modes of mixture. And that is the natural division, Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Those who are purely in goodness, they are Brahmin. Next to that, passion, Kshatriya. And next to that, Vaishya, mixture. And next to that, Shudra. And next to that, Chandala.
But is it not necessary today for each person to have, for example, he's got to have knowledge of the Brahman. He's got to have the capacity to act of the Kshatriya.
Yes.
He's got to have the capacity for commerce and trade and nipunata of
Yes, that was
and
all.
service. Can't they all be combined in a single person rather than dividing them into four, at least in the present age?
No, that is not possible. Suppose if you are a Kshatriya, you are ruling, you cannot go to work in the field.
You go to work in the office, which is equally hard, I can assure you. You go from morning till evening. I wish I could go to the field, in fact.
And of course now, you cannot put a cart before a horse. That is not possible. Of course the communists, they are trying to do that, but they have also failed. I went to Moscow, they have got a worker class and they have got a manager class. Why manager class? They cannot do without it. Must be there someone, must be there manager. So, this division of the society, just like natural division, one can study it by his own body. Now this body has got four divisions. The head division, the arm division, the belly division, and the leg division. All of them are important in cooperation. But the hand cannot do the work of the leg, like the leg can do the work of the head.
But they are all four in the same body, Swami.
That is one thing.
That is what is one.
That is Krishna. Either you may be Brahmin, or either you may be Kshatriya. Either you may be Vaishya, Shudra, it doesn't matter. But you try to satisfy Krishna, that is your purpose. That is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Atap punvi dija sreshta, varna asrama vibhaga. Vibhaga is accepted. Varna asrama. Sanusthita dharmasya. Now everyone has got particular duty to perform. Samsiddhi paritojanam. You remain Kshatriya, you remain Brahmin, you remain Shudra, it doesn't matter. But try to satisfy Krishna by your activity. That is one. That's why Arjuna. You remain a Kshatriya, you are the fighter, you are declining to fight, and Krishna says, what is this nonsense? You are declining to fight. No, I do not wish to kill my kinsman. Then he accepted Krishna's discipleship, Shishya. Now I am puzzled. Yes. Kattanna dusha apahata sabhava. Then Krishna taught him Bhagavad Gita. So he remained a Kshatriya. But Krishna satisfied Bhaktosi, Yosi. So business is how to satisfy Krishna. It doesn't matter whether you are Kshatriya, Brahmin, Kshatriya, it doesn't matter.
But surely Krishna is not unsatisfied. Krishna is fully satisfied already.
Krishna is satisfied because he is the Supreme. He does not require your help to be satisfied. But if you help him, then you become satisfied.
So we satisfy ourselves by
that is the connect. Just like this finger. Suppose if this finger is not working, I have got another thing. But if this finger does not satisfy me, that means it is disease condition. It is not a normal condition. Similarly, we are parts and parcels of Krishna. Mamaivansa jiva. So we are parts and so if we do not satisfy Krishna, that means we are in disease condition, unhealthy.
We are not fulfilling our true dharma.
If this finger does not satisfy my body, suppose I want to scratch here, if this finger is doing, if it cannot do it, that means it is disease. So anyone who is not satisfying Krishna is disease condition. That is material life. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha dosana darsana. The material life means full of misery. And when misery comes, when one is diseased.
Is it possible, Swamiji, that Krishna may like to be satisfied through the material life?
Well, provided it is done for him, just like Arjuna, fighting. Fighting if you take, just like nowadays fighting going on, that is material.
Very material.
But the same fighting done for Krishna is spiritual.
It is the attitude with which one does
Yes.
it.
That is the definition of bhakti. Bhakti means Rishikena Rishikesa Sevanam Bhakti Richya. Rishikena Rishikesa Sevanam. That is bhakti. Now to serve Krishna, Rishikesh, that requires qualification. Just like you are king, if somebody wants to serve you as your secretary, he must have a specific qualification. Not ordinary man. Similarly, bhakti means to serve Krishna. So everyone can serve Krishna, provided he is qualified. And what is that qualification?
Love of Krishna.
That qualification, love of Krishna is not so easy. We have to reach that point after many processes. Exactly the same way, to become a secretary of the president, personal assistant, it is not very easy job. It requires some qualification. Similarly, to serve Krishna, it requires some qualification. And what is that qualification? Sarvapadhi vinirmuktam tat paratena nirmalam. When we give up our designation, at the present moment, we are all designated. I am Indian, I am Christian, I am American, I am Pakistani, I am Hindustani. These designations are going on. When you give up your designation, Sarvapadi Vidhi Mukta, that is Mukti. I am not Indian, I am not Christian, I am not Pakistani, I am not Hindustani. What you are? What you are? I am servant of Krishna. Shivoham is the beginning. Shivoham Aham Brahmasmi. That is the beginning, realization. Just like I am this, I am Indian, I am this. Then you have to think over, then what is my duty? This perception that I am Shiva, all Mangal, I am spirit soul, then what is my duty? Now I am working now with the bodily concept of life. I am Indian, I am Kashmiri, I am this, I am that. So when I realize that I am neither Kashmiri nor Indian nor this or not that, I am Shivoham or Brahmasmi, or I am eternal servant of God, Krishna, or that is your pure. Tapparatena nirmalam. When you come to that understanding, Shivoham understanding, Brahmasmi understanding, or eternal servant of God understanding, then your duty begins. That is bhakti. So therefore bhakti is not on the material platform. Bhakti is on the spiritual platform. Sagunan samatitta itan brahma bhuyaya karpati. Brahma bhuta prasannatma nasocati natankati samas sarveshu bhuteshu madhvakti lavati pana. So this Krishna consciousness moment is purifying everyone. This bodily concept of life. I am Indian, I am American, I am Hindu, I am Muslim. They are forgetting. Just like in our society there are devotees from many religious sects, many countries, but they are nobody in that concept of life. They are purely thinking and servant of Krishna. This is the thing. And this is a spiritual platform. And so far the material platform is concerned, then there is already division. An intelligent class of men, administrators, just like not all, everyone is interested taking part in administration, just like we, at least myself. If you invite me to come to the administration, I am not interested. We are interested in different things. So, similarly, naturally, there is a division. The intelligent class of men, they like to study philosophy, they like to understand what is the ultimate goal of life, so many things. So, intelligent class of men should be engaged in that business. They should not be dragged in other classes. And those who are inclined to take in part in politics, administration, that class also should be trained how to rule over the country, how to make satisfied the citizens. They should be trained up. As in business, people are trained up. Now, the fault is, without being trained, simply like vote, one becomes prime minister or somebody. He has no training how to administer. But simply like vote, he occupies a big post. And that is his qualification. But he does not know how to rule over, how to make the people satisfied. Therefore chaos. Daily, everywhere, government is changing. Daily, weekly, this government, that government, that government. Why? Because they are not trained up how to administer. So that is required. Teja. First the administrator must be Tejasvi. Ishvara Bhava. Dana. Juddhita Palayana. Now there will be fight, and the administrator will sit down on the nice coach, and the common man will fight. Formally Kshatriya king, first of all. That was June. He is in the front. The other side, Duryodhana is in the front. So the fighter in that, oh, my master is there. Because there is no Kshatriya. The administration is under the Shudra side. How they can be happy? So they must be trained. As in business, we give training. Similarly, those who are going to take up the responsible administration, they should be trained. And who will train them? The Brahmin, the Shastra, Sadhu, Shastra, Guru. And those are common men. They will simply work under their direction. This division is already there. Simply the training is not there. Therefore there is chaos.
There was a lot of chaos even in the old days when these divisions were there.
No, not
if you
so.
look at ancient history, it is one long story of massacres and wars and turmoil. You read Chanakya Niti and all.
Chanakya Niti, I have said about some thousands of years. But so far, our Indian history goes, we had 2 wars only, big war. One war was Ravana and Ram. Another was between the Kurus and the Pandavas. After many millions of years after.
Only 2 recorded one.
But that's all right. It's recorded. That fighting is going on even in the family. Within husband and wife also there is something fighting. That is not taken into account. That is a major war in the history of the world. Because India or Bharatvarsha means the whole world. Now it is cut into pieces. Just like 20 years ago, Pakistan is cut. This planet is called Bharatvarsha. Formerly it was known as Ilavati. Later on, after the ruling of Maharaj Bharat, you know Maharaj Bharat, after his name, this planet is called Bharatvarsha. And after the Maharaj Yudhishthira, there is one ruling all over the world. One king in this particular. Then gradually, why? The culture was lost. The Vedic culture was lost. After Maharaj Parikshit, the Vedic culture was kept intact. Just like Maharaj Parikshit, while he was going on tour on the western country, he saw one black man was trying to kill one cow. Immediately took his sword. Who are you? You're killing cow in my kingdom. So that culture you have lost. Immediately he began to swear and to kill. So, a king should give protection to all living entities. That is king's duty, state's duty. Everyone should have living right. Why the animals should be killed? They are also praja. Is it not duty of the king to give protection? But that was being done after the Maharaj was killed. Therefore there was one kingdom. When they deteriorated, gradually, fast. Just like, what is this Pakistan problem? Pakistani Mohammedans, they do not come from Mohammedan country. They are our men, Hindus converted. But we could not keep the culture. Just like Krishna says, Mani pata vipasrikta jeevishu papajuna tiya suddha tatha vaishya devi janti parangati. Another Srimad Bhagavad, Kirata hunam pulinda pukkasa bhira samma javana khasada janme cha papa suddhanti Prabhu Vishnavena. We did not preach this Krishna consciousness movement. Therefore we created all these things. Whose duty it is? Krishna says, Manhi pata vipasrikta jeevishu papajana. Even one is born in Papajani, he can come to me. Was it not the duty of those who are elevated as Brahmin and Kshatriya to keep the standard? Even when one is born in Papajani, he should be educated to become Krishna conscious. But that we did not do. We simply hated. Once, during Mohammedan period, if the Mohammedan will take some water from the burner and put in this way, sprinkle over, he has become Mohammedan. This has been done. These are stated in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now, whatever is done is done. Now, if you want to unite the whole world, again under one banner, then this Krishna consciousness movement is the only.
Should we want to unite the world, or should we want to unite ourselves with Krishna? Should we not rather want to unite ourselves with Krishna rather than to unite the world?
Unless you are united with Krishna, how can you teach the world to become united?
But why should one teach the world to become united? If all is
You become happy,
united with
really
Krishna.
happy. You become really happy. Janglabdha chaparang labhang mannati nadikam satah. Everyone feels satisfied. I have got Krishna.
So the first thing is to get Krishna. And the world can then be looked after later.
No, side by side.
So,
Just like what world you can look after. Tell me, what is this particular way you want to look after?
Well, I mean that the Krishna first, as you were saying quite rightly, what is the first priority? First priority is to try consciousness.
What do you mean by this first priority? That I want to know from you.
No, well, you were talking, Swamiji, about the unification of the world.
Yes, the world is going on. We simply say that you take to Krishna consciousness,
yes,
and you will be happy. Happy in this life, happy in the next life. So you are going on in this way. In this way means either out of the 4 classes, you may name in a different way. I say Brahmin class, you say intelligent class. But do you admit that in the world there is an intelligent class of men?
Yes, but they can also work. They can be very good gardeners.
When your brain is the intelligent part of this body, so unless the brain works, nobody can work.
Everybody has a brain. All class.
Therefore, the intelligent class means the brain of the society. They must work. Otherwise, how others will work? Working is compulsory for everyone.
They can fight also.
But just like the brain says that here is the enemy, so hand immediately ready. Brain gives direction that here is an enemy coming, and he stretches his hand. This is Kshatriya. And the belly supplies food and energy, Vaishya. And the leg, Sudra, carries. So there must be systematic division of the work. Everyone should work. The brain will work, the hand will work, the belly will work, the leg will work, but the direction should be from the brain. Therefore, first of all, duty is there must be an intelligent class of man, really. Then the other direction will follow. If the duty of the intelligent class of man is taken by the foolish rascals, then how the work will go on? That is first reformation. That we should pick up the intelligent class of men of the world and they will direct. And next the administrator class. And next the productive class. So, intelligent class means one is Krishna conscious. He is intelligent, actually. Just like in Bhagavad Gita it says, Bhavanam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mang Prapaddati. Is it not? So Jnanavan means the first class, intelligent class. So after many, many births, when one becomes actually wise, what is the symptom? Mang Prapaddati. Immediately surrenders to Krishna. Vasudeva Sarvamiti, Sa Mahatma Sudullava. That is the highest perfection of intelligence, to become Krishna conscious. And then he will give direction to the administration. The basic principle is that without being Krishna conscious, you cannot work properly. Jayenam atmabhavam isharam na bhajanti avajananti thanat bhrashta patantadha. Thanat bhrashta patantadha. Because we neglected Krishna, therefore Brahmin, Kshatriyas, they have fallen down. Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, everyone. Thanat bhrashta patantadha.
When you become Krishna conscious, is it not a state of ecstasy?
Why ecstasy? That is a misconception. It is a material ecstasy. That ecstasy, spiritual ecstasy, is very, very above all these things. First, Krishna consciousness is the example of Arjuna. Arjuna decided not to fight. But after understanding Bhagavad Gita, when he became Krishna conscious, he fought. This is Krishna consciousness. To act under the direction of Krishna.
An interesting thing struck me the other day, Swamiji, about the Bhagavad Gita, that whether Arjuna would have fought or not, the war would nevertheless have taken place. I don't know, whether Arjuna fought or not, the war would nevertheless have taken place, because both the armies were there, the conches had been sounded. So Arjuna's decision was not whether there should be war or whether there should not be war. Arjuna's decision was only whether he should fight or he should not fight.
Yes,
But the more difficult decision is whether there should be war or whether there should not be war. Because Arjuna only came into it, Rama, if you consider it, only at the time when everything had already been decided, the armies had been drawn.
That everything was done by Krishna.
When he went as a Duta. That, to my mind, is even the more important aspect of this whole story. Because
therefore, when everything was done by him, and Arjuna declined to fight, therefore Krishna thought him is foolish. It is foolishness. Therefore he taught him Bhagavad Gita. And when he comes to his Krishna consciousness, he took up the opposite. He said plainly, the Arjuna will fight or don't fight. These people are not going back home. That is already settled. Nittamatra bhavasabhasati. So this plan was made by Krishna. And there was no other alternative.
So Arjuna was very lucky to have Krishna there to tell him what the plan was.
Yes.
Arjuna, huh?
So everyone can become happy like Arjuna if he becomes Krishna conscious. That's all. I was studying your book.
My book? Where did you see my book from, sir? This one? Where on earth did you get this? This was just one little lecture.
His secretary gave it to us.
Really? In fact, we must say, Swamiji, to sign your books. I've got all your books.
So, some of the points, what are the points?
That
A restatement of Hinduism in the context of the nuclear age assumes tremendous importance.
Yes. So that we are doing.
Yes.
We are giving shape to your philosophy. Just like it was the consciousness that in India there are Brahmins only. Or among the Hindus there are Brahmins.
All Brahmins.
Is it not? Now we are creating Brahmins from America, from Australia. Is it not? Decreation or
Restatement of Hinduism. It has always been open to creative reinterpretation.
This is creating reinterpretation. We are accepting Brahmins, especially Brahmins, from every community.
Are we going to have any kirtana tonight? What is the program? Or do we?
As you wish.
As Swamiji wishes.
Yes, kirtana.
Chale, before dinner, before food.
So, it is very interesting, scientific. So I would like to, all intelligent men to come and join.
It is a great knowledge.
Yes.
It is a great thunderbolt. It is a great fear.
Yes. We can answer any.
We had a
Niharam Iva Bhaskar. Niharam Iva Bhaskar. Kijit. There is a, well, there are many means and ways to rectify the world situation, but simply by accepting this bhakti cult, everything can be solved. The example is given, Niharam Iva Bhaskar. That is, there is fog. If there is sunlight, immediately dissipated. You cannot dissipate it in any other way. You may have some scientific process, this and that way,
anti-pollution.
So, this one stroke will clear everything. So my appeal to all intelligent class of us, come here, talk about this Krishna consciousness, philosophy, and accept it and execute it. That is my appeal. All right, that's something. I think in 1925 I went to Karan.
Really? Before I was born, sir?
Yes. What is your birthday?
1931.
And your father?
My father must have been born in 1895. He passed away, no, my parents are passed.
I was born in 1896.
96, so I was seeing, yes. I think he was born in about the same. How do we organize this? Now, are you going to do it, or what's going to happen? Do you sit where you are, or do you sort of group together? So what do you want? Piece of paper?
She wants to write the words of the mantra, I think.
What is that?
She wants.
What is that? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
No, you can write, right? Give us.
आप आराम से
That is a singer, the teacher. He gave me $19,000.
Did he?
How do these words from Apple? Something who are contacted. Next, find out.
50 years the place. Srimjot Harisi. Shyama Sundaradath Adhikari. Shivan Brahmanandadath Brahmachari. Hayagriva Das Adhikari. नाम बड़े बड़े सुंदर आपने चुने श्रीमती देवहूति देवी श्रीमती जदुरानी दास यो देवहूति श्रीमन मुरलीदास मुरलीधर दास भारद्वाज दास भारद्वाज दास प्रद्युम्न दास भारद्वाज
Keep the jacket in mind. All of them work for this.
It was your power working to all of them, Arjun. Beautiful.
In the beginning of this chapter, post that verse, talks about men who lead. Let us follow the example.
That is the idea. Our Srishtajan has gone to hell. How the people will come to the sanctuary? They don't care for Lord. God has while Krishna, you are clear, you are in God. Try to.
I'll done well. Very, of course, very important, difficult to do, but in one's own way one tries. What a man is Sri Chaitanya.
I say that I got you once again,
I know him very well, he's a very good friend of mine. Swami Raghunath.
So why not me? What I done?
Yes.
What fault I have done?
Except that he keeps going round and round and he lives in India.
Very more better than me?
No, less, much less, but he comes back to India all the time. He's based in India.
Because he has no followers. What will give him place?
No, I don't really, I can very young.
I can stay anywhere. I've got so many houses.
He will also come and stay at any of our houses.
So, these things are to be considered. What contribution he can give. And he's giving all sympathy, and I have not a single price.
The government of India has not in any way helped this movement.
Not a single nothing. Why this?
In fact, they try in many ways to stop it. Retard our
Rather, they're always after me. Oh, why you are here? Where?
Do they say that?
Yes. I do not know. But that is the minor part. Immediately, that non-man says, what is it? No foreigner can stay there.
Not here.
Not here. I do not know whether it is there. So, we are being indirectly disturbed.
That must be because of this trouble there and the foreigner problem.
What must be the government should know what I am doing. Whole world is appreciating, except my government. That's so unfortunate.
It is always, the home is the last one, always, you know what happens to profit come. They are always respected more abroad.
The point is, he is taking from this country the greatest thing and giving. It's not like he's exploiting some materialistic effort. Rather, he is giving the greatest thing from this country.
Recently one paper has remarked that such an important man is going unnoticed. There's a man. Here. No, where is it?
Boston.
Boston or Buffalo?
Buffalo, yes.
No, he was speaking in reference to the Pope. The Pope didn't acknowledge your letter to him.
Didn't or did?
Did not.
I did not.
He's lost.
The
When we have Krishna, who needs the Pope?
I will not say. I want to educate. I will not be head, but I want to educate. He's a head
of a very
religion. So I want to educate. Cooperation. I offered my cooperation. I decided. So I have to study with so many diligence. With this age, with my wings and everything, handicap. And still I am.
Are there many Indian-born disciples abroad, or are they mainly Western disciples?
No, there are many Indians.
In England, there are many. They're from Muslim families and they're from...
The Indians take it lightly. They say, oh, Krishna, what you have to learn outside.
That is, you're quite right. That is what
They have learned everything.
whether they know anything about Krishna or not, it is not.
And in Bengal, there is Sabjanta Lawrence. There is Mr. Lawrence.
Sabjanta?
Oh, Sabjanta.
Partly failure.
No, our Indian people are Sabjanta Lawrence. Sabjanta.
That is true. Hear everybody say, they've been brought up with knowing Krishna. Okay, क्या नई बात है कृष्णा समझाते हैं. That must be one of the reasons actually why there is less,
They take us very lightly.
This little story. विद्यायामन्तरे वर्तमानः स्वयं धीरः पण्डितः मन्यमानः जन्मन्यमानः पर्यन्ति मूढः अन्धेनैव नीयमानः यथान्धः. That is the position actually. What is this little story, these two little things standing here? Some time back you caused the drowning of the son of our teacher. Is this from the Bhagavata?
Yes.
These two little things standing here.
Krishna and Balaram.
Krishna's teacher's son was stolen. So he brought them back. Guru Dakshina. The Guru asked Krishna, I have lost my son. If you can. Oh yes. Guru Dakshina. That's the how Krishna gave satisfied his spiritual mind.
Sandipani Muni had...
Sandipani.
He had sons?
Yes, because his wife
was student to give Guru Dakshina. Whatever you want, you must give.
Like Eklavya gave the son.
Yeah. Guru asked.
You know that story of Eklavya? Fantastic story.
Just give me your finger. Just to give preference
to the Kshatriyas. That is very unfair.
Not unfair. He thought that he is a Shudra, he is missing.
So therefore he
does not accuse.
Therefore he neutralized.
Yes. That's like Shudra. In Western countries, they are all Shudra. They are getting money and missing or wine and all that. They cannot use money for anything. Simply by sentence. That is the Shudra. And Brahman, Kshatri, especially Kshatri, as soon as they get money, big second. That's why Vishnu is That's why the instruction of Vishnu that the Shudras should be given money so that can live very comfortably. Not more money, then they will spoil. And that is being done. Shudras get money, they do not know how to use it. That's like a child. Indeed, and everything is not inspired. He doesn't. Father is all I am Muxama.
The Bengali thing.
The monkey is decorated with gold necklace.
Simply bought it.
Even Hanuman.
He did it.
He probably gave us, oh, you're so nice. Come on, take it.
Oh, really? I'm so sorry.
And there is another प्रवर्तेगा जासा की जाने मोबिल छोड़ jasa, cultivator. What does he know about the taste of the betel? These are very distracting.
The cultivator?
Cultivator, not only cultivator.
That was before the days of country liquor.
If you give a bottle of John Walker, Johnny Walker.
Guys, you know the name?
Yes, I'm used to everything.
Oh, no. What is that phrase, Johnny Walker? The phrase you
Still going strong. Very nice. You are author, you are thoughtful, you are devotee. Now apply all these things. Prane rakhe diya vaja sriya sakha ila vaddana sabham dina yati. That is practice. Of Krishna, that is your life for Krishna. So, Same Sita Siddhikadam, keep in your position, but search for Krishna. And that Mr. Pant is also very nice boy. So you met Krishna Chandra. Very nice.
Which part? Pant. You mean our High Commissioner?
Yes.
Yes. He's also very much devotee. He does sort of Surya Namaskar and things of that nature.
Anyway, but he wants to help me, but he cannot.
Why can't he?
I do not know.
I'll write to him. I'll write to him.
I think because
So
you're
anyway,
thinking government.
give us some place in London.
We'll try and do something. We'll try and do something, definitely.
That letter, which address did you send that to?
I don't really know, but I've sent it. When are you going? Who's going? None of you are going.
We're not going. I was thinking, though, if you have a carbon copy, we could send it to my godbrothers who are going to meet.
Today is already the 26th, 25th. 26th, what is it today?
Tomorrow's 26th. Tomorrow's.
The meeting on 3rd.
We'll never get there. We'll take our chance with that.
Better.
Sometimes the letters only take 3 days.
But usually
Sometimes they take a week. Yeah, we usually 5 days a week.
Generally takes 3 days. By airplane.
There must be a good temple in London.
Oh,
A great,
I'm inviting everyone. All Europeans.
You should, our
The temple we
temple
have
is-
now is packed day and night.
You have a temple.
Oh, yeah.
Very big temple.
But it's not. Every day there's people from not only the Indian community, which you know is very large,
I would like to have a small,
but everywhere. They're beautiful. People are always amazed. And all the jewelry and all the mukurts and all the dresses, we make them ourselves. And people are amazed. They're so beautiful. They have very big smiling faces and they're very showy.
Yes, I'll definitely visit. In fact, I requested you to send me the list of your centers, because I travel constantly throughout the world. And wherever I go, I can always look up the thing. If I find a center there, I can drop it.
Every city.
Because this is a new developer. Because so far there was...
And all men have made facility, lot of facilities for travel. Actual people accepting this great culture of India. The government is coming.
How long are you in India now?
At least 3 months.
3 months. Did you come every year or is this the first time you come up?
I came last year. September. Then there was a chance to get word out. So I went back again. In June.
Moscow, Paris,
How did you find Moscow?
Anywhere there is demand of knowledge. Simple artificial, there is a change. I find my market everywhere. I have shown the seed in Moscow. I got some students.
Why did they chant Krishna consciousness in the Red Square?
Mati Yatra, saying Kirtan.
You have been in Moscow?
Yes.
I was staying in that national hotel.
I see.
Yes.
So who sponsored your kirtan? So was there anybody there?
Krishna. I had some correspondence with one professor, Karan, and he said that